Hello, it's Julie Sawyer, the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent in Haywood County at the North Carolina Cooperative Extension, and I'm back in our kitchen today to talk to you about flavoring the kombucha that we have been fermenting. So since we last met on May the 10th, our kombucha has been fermenting and growing new scobies. And again, just a reminder, a SCOBY is a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. So the first thing that we want to do today in the tea that we have fermented is we're going to remove the scobies from the containers very carefully. And in the last class where I was going over how to make the tea, make the kombucha, we had a couple of options. One option was that we purchased a SCOBY, which is this little piece right on top here, and put that in the tea to ferment, and over the past 17 days it has been growing a new SCOBY on top of that. So these could be separated and then put with some liquid from this batch and have tea added to it to make a new batch. Another thing that we did originally is that I used some purchased kombucha, commercially processed. We divided that up. It had just tiny flecks of the SCOBY in it, and we divided that between 5 quart jars of the tea. And then again, over the past 17 days, it has been growing a SCOBY. I hope I can get this out of here. Here we go. So we're going to remove that. So that grew a really lovely SCOBY. Now we're going to save these because again, these can be added back to the liquid, have tea added, and brew a whole new batch of kombucha. So I'm going to just put these out of the way for now. If you are saving these, you do want to store them in some liquid. So make sure that you save enough liquid to store those in. So now let's talk about flavoring our tea and pouring it into smaller bottles to do that flavoring, the second ferment, and then of course into the refrigerator after that. We set this larger container aside. So when you divvy up your kombucha that you've been fermenting, it can go in any kind of bottle. It can go in a glass bottle. These are recycled. I just washed them, cleaned them good, took the label off. So I'm going to use these today. You could put it in a quart jar, pint jar. You could even use a plastic bottle. And one benefit of using the plastic bottle is that as it does produce that gas inside, you can actually feel it expanding and get a good idea of knowing when to refrigerate that. So generally, when you're flavoring your kombucha, you can use pieces of fruit. So today I have some pieces of fresh strawberry. You could use any fruit that you like: blueberries, peaches, mango. Another item that is very popular and is ginger. You could use fresh ginger or crystallized ginger. You just slice that into small pieces and put it into your kombucha. One of the easiest ways to flavor kombucha is just using juice. So here I have some strawberry juice actually. It's a little more like syrup, it's pretty sweet, but this is from fresh strawberries. So I'm going to go ahead, and so the portions that we're going to use, we're going to do an 80-20. So 1 part, we'll do 3 parts kombucha. This is a 16-ounce bottle, so we'll add about 4 ounces of our juice. Now, the thing about juice, it's the quickest way to flavor the kombucha and go ahead and drink it because the flavor is going to go throughout. Now, if you're flavoring with fruit or herbs or pieces of ginger, you want to give it a little more time to get the flavor. Also, if you want that effervescence, if you want that fizziness, you need a couple of days at room temperature with the bottle capped. So here I've added the strawberry flavoring. I'm going to cap that so that our bottle will be airtight. And the benefit of that is that even though we've removed the SCOBY, the culture, the bacteria and yeast are still in the kombucha. They're going to continue to process the sugars that are in the fruit juice. And through that process, they'll produce that gas that gives us that fizziness that we like. So that is flavoring with the juice. Now, flavoring with the fruit, let's pour some more. We're going to put that in here. And again, if you like it sweeter, you might want to add a little more fruit. You can really get creative with this. So here I'm just going to put the pieces of strawberry right down into the bottle. And as I said, this will take a little longer for that flavor to develop just because it is whole pieces of fruit versus the juice. Okay, so we've added our fresh strawberries. We could add just a little more kombucha to that. Let me get that. Take one more SCOBY out there. And just add a little more juice, or a little more kombucha here. Okay, and there we have flavored our kombucha. Again, we're going to put this on the counter at room temperature for a couple of days. You want to be careful when you open these because, as I said, there are gases are going to form in there. So you might want to just cap a dish towel over the top as you open, and just gently open to let a little bit of the pressure off before you completely uncap the bottle. And if it's reached that level of fizziness that you like, then at that point you want to refrigerate it. And there you have flavoring kombucha. Thank you. And again, I'm Julie Sawyer at the Haywood County Cooperative Extension Office. And if you have questions about fermenting and kombucha, feel free to contact me at the email address below. Thank you.